Hello and welcome to the Spiral Strategies Crypto Chronicles podcast. My name is Talal. I'm here with Art.
Good to be back.
Good to have you all with us again. Just to jump straight into it then, Art, Edward Snowden is back in the news. He's saying that the SEC will lose their court case against Coinbase, um, and that the actual court case isn't defined well because what they're doing at the moment is, as everyone will know, they want to classify Ethereum as a security. Um, so this is quite bullish because a lot of people trust in Edward Snowden, considering he was, you know, a big whistleblower, and he's basically an influencer in the crypto space now. Um, yeah, it's quite bullish news for Ethereum. What do you think, Art?
Yeah, the SEC like to stick their nose where it basically doesn't belong, and this is one of those cases. Um, like you're saying, it's Coinbase has established themselves as one of the top exchanges, and actually they actually encourage the SEC to be transparent about regulations, rules, laws, things that they should be complying with. They're looking to be one of the most trusted exchanges, um, especially after listing on the stock exchange.
Yeah, and with the recent news that
So
Black,
their plan, Coinbase's plan basically is just to stay.
yeah, and with the recent news that Coinbase has partnered with BlackRock to release a fund on their chain. I don't think Coinbase is going to go anywhere, and I agree with Edward Snowden, the fact that this isn't going to affect Coinbase whatsoever, and in fact, it might actually drive the U.S. market, U.S. crypto participators, to go on dexes and just completely forget about centralized exchanges and things of that nature. The next big news, Art, is Goldman Sachs confirms that their clients, specifically their large investors, are actually interested in entering the Bitcoin narrative. So Minton recently said, and I quote, "The recent ETF approval has triggered a resurgence of interest and activities from our clients. Many of our largest clients are active or exploring getting active in the space." And that what he means is the actual crypto space. This is massive. I mean, Goldman Sachs is a large institution that has how much money under management? Over $1 trillion of under management. This is massive, Art.
Definitely big news, and it's good to see the inflows from from all firms, his institutions, hedge firms, all these institutions basically coming in and allowing a platform for their clients basically to get in. And there's always been interest, I guess, from the traditional finance space. It's just when you always need one, like you always need to get the ball rolling essentially, and once it's got rolling, which is basically where we are, we're getting the ball rolling. So we're going to see more and more inflows as we head into the peak of the cycle. So it's good to see.
That's it, man. And with BlackRock coming in, it just legitimizes the whole space. Very, very good bullish news for everyone in the crypto sector at the moment. The next bit of news, as you guys can see, this is our Twitter page. Do subscribe to it or do follow it because we do put out a lot of very valuable information there. It's at Spiral Strategies. Um, Now, why I'm here is ORN has partnered with many, many different people at the moment. They've partnered with 1inch Art, with Bybit, with Mantra, with the Binance chain, and many others, including Linear. And the reason for that, they're going to be providing liquidity, and Bybit is going to be providing liquidity to them as well. Now, we've been talking about ORN art for about a year now to most of our followers, and a lot of them are already up by over 250%. We told everyone to get in at 91 cents, and it's at, let's double check ORN at the moment.
$2.20
It's
roughly.
$2.20. There you go. There you go. There you go. $2.23. So this is massive news for ORN art.
Yeah, and they're getting a rebranding, it seems. They're looking to change their name into Lumia. I'm not sure if their ticker's going to change, but it should just kind of flow automatically. They're just getting a quick rebranding here.
Yeah, and again, that's really bullish because if you actually look at their website, they've got a working product art, and they're actually launching an app for iPhone and Android to allow people to basically trade from their phone. And as we know, more people have phones than they do computers. Most people want to trade from their phone. When, especially so for example with us, when I trade, I put a trade in, and then I monitor it through my phone. So this is going to be massive for ORN and the decentralized exchange ecosystem as a whole. So very, very bullish news
And
for.
that's what basically kickstarted Jupiter with, or Solana with the Jupiter wallets, because I can imagine that the Jupiter wallets are quite UI friendly and quite easy to use, and it's all done through the phone. So I think that's why Jupiter has that massive spike in users, and Solana as well.
Yeah, it's just going to drive way more adoption. So great news for ORN and ORN holders. Congrats to everyone that's holding ORN. Is there anything that you have lined up on your uh, um, plate at the moment regarding some news art?
Yeah, just continuing on the bullish kind of sentiment here. So we've got a couple of wallets and exchanges moving into the crypto space, mainly Coinbase as one of the leading crypto exchanges. We've seen a big transfer of USDC, which is roughly 1.4 billion, which is a fiat-backed stablecoin. Now, this is
Look at that inflow. Wow, that's massive. That is massive. I think we've lost art there.
big spike here on this chart. We've seen which was on the 29th of March. So yeah, looking quite bullish for Bitcoin and crypto in general. Um, so, and I think even other platforms, we're seeing inflows of Ethereum as well as something big that's inflowing into the crypto space as well, which is good to see. So yeah, the narrative remains strong. We've got all these exchanges onboarding lots and lots of uh, stable coins and crypto into the space. So it's good to see. Just moving on to another kind of big play, which we're going to be keeping our eye on in the upcoming weeks and months. It's going to be Solana. Solana's really got some good news, which is good to see, and it's going to drive their blockchain, and definitely as a kind of what would you call it, a step or a yeah, basically allowing developers to really build on GameFi, and that's going to be rolling out, which is Mirror World. Now basically Mirror World is going to offer sorry, basically the Solana blockchain is going to enable a SDK, which is a software development kit, which is going to be built from Sonic, which is basically a SVM or a computational virtual machine. Now, this basically is going to allow developers to use the game engine or the virtual machine, and that's going to run through Solana. So that's something that we're going to be looking at as the GameFi space basically builds out. So yeah, definitely interesting news there, and something that we've always thought would kind of be the case for GameFi. The main layer ones for GameFi, which we thought would kind of take the space, or lead the space, was definitely Solana. Solana was definitely a contender there. Obviously Ethereum, but Ethereum is more so going to be restricted by gas fees and
Mm,
scalability issues. But that's where layer two solutions come in for Ethereum, and our other layer one protocol, which we're kind of bullish on for GameFi, is Avalanche as well.
mm, mm. And like you were saying, the layer two solutions, we just recently launched a newsletter which spoke about the combo network as being a layer two solution that's primarily focused on um, GameFi narrative, on the GameFi narrative, and it has been absolutely outperforming in the GameFi sector at the moment. Let me just pull up the chart. Combo at the moment, I believe, is at around a dollar. Yeah, there you go. It's around $1 at the moment. We've been speaking about this name and how this particular name might outperform at around 80 cents, 90 cents. Now, the reason why this is massive, guys, is with the whole meme craze going on, Art, eventually you're going to see that liquidity move into another narrative. Now, the two narratives that kind of go hand in hand are, memes and GameFi, just like in 2021 where uh, uh, NFTs and GameFi kind of absorbed each other. Uh,
Mm.
with the whole Axis Infinity and the Sand
Mana,
and Mana,
yeah,
yeah,
Decentraland.
Decentraland, all of those names, it really caught a massive bid because one the NFTs led the market, and then the GameFi narrative picked up on the basically the tailwind. So guys, GameFi is the next narrative that we believe is going to be outperforming the market. We talked about AI a year ago, early January of last year. Then we told you about the real world assets, RWAs, and now we're telling you the next massive narrative that you need to focus on is GameFi. Now, specifically, like Art said, you're going to have to focus on Solana because Solana is driving the whole altcoin narrative at the moment. And through that, you're going to also focus on layer 2 solutions that are going to improve on these layer 1s. So those include your combos, your Claytons, your immutable X, those types of names. We're really, really bullish on combo at the moment. Um, if you want to find out why, do go to our newsletter, and let me just show you all our newsletter. It's on our Twitter at Spiral Strategies. Let me pull it up for you so you can see. So this is the next narrative that we believe is going to completely outperform the market. Combo. Do have a read of this and find out why. Is there another thing that you wanted to touch on there, Art?
No, that was all for today. Yeah, didn't have too much to talk about. But yeah, just did want to focus on the inflows and those GameFi's narratives.
Mm, mm. Let's jump into the charts. Let's look at BTC. We've been speaking about BTC over the past week on our daily briefs. Um, on the daily, it looks like we are sort of range bound at the moment. It looks like we have gone from overbought, like we have been saying, to and we are retracing. We did get a confirmed bearish divergence on the RSI. The market was going up, whilst the RSI, the relative strength index, was going down. So we have confirmed that bearish divergence. Where we believe that we might retrace down to, I believe Art, you were saying over the week that we have this bearish bat harmonic playing out, and I think you're absolutely right. We still haven't broken down. We are range bound at the moment. So this bearish bat harmonic is still in effect. It still is likely to play out if we do not break out of this X point here. If we break out of this X point, we should, completely forget about this bearish bat harmonic. Is there something that you
The
wanted
thing
to?
is, on the day,
Yep.
yeah, if you go back to the daily chart,
Mm,
and just take a look at the RSI, we have recaptured the midpoint of 50, and looking like we're gonna start Wing out
mm,
on the RSI and also on that 4-hourly candlestick chart, where essentially we're seeing some W structures come in. So obviously, if we hold those, you can see those three lows that are coming in at 69,000.
mm.
We're basically potentially setting up for a bot or an ABCD move to the upside.
Mm.
So it's definitely we're definitely coiling towards something. Whether that's going to be to the upside or the downside, we'll need to continue to monitor the volumes and the momentum
Yeah. So we are kind of
indicators.
we are kind of in a range at the moment. So it can go either way. Um, but for me, maybe I'm overly bearish, Art. But to me, I'm seeing, you know, the bears really coming in at the moment. On the 4 hour, they're not. It's kind of waning. Both the bulls and the bears are asleep on the 4 hour. On the daily, however, we are seeing a little bit more bearish volume coming in. Now, this could potentially mean that coming into the halving, we should see a retracement. I think we've been speaking about this and saying that we can expect a retracement, considering that, over the last couple of weeks, we have gone up very, very quickly. Now, where we might retrace to, uh, I believe the most that we'll retrace to is around a 38.2% retracement, so around 60 grand. Now, this coincides and adds confluence to our volume profile. If you see here our volume profile, we've got a big muak here where no trading has happened. So we can expect some sort of retracement. Will it happen? We'll just have to wait and see. But from what the charts are telling us, it looks like that we might see a retracement. How are you viewing this, Art?
Yeah, I'm still leaning towards bearish.
Yep.
However, with that recent 4-hour kind of movement and structure, I would not be surprised at all if we just did one more leg up, just break the hearts of people that are shorting this on leverage,
Mm.
and maybe come up and do like a head and shoulder fake out. That would not surprise me at all as well. Overall, leaning towards bearish. I do expect a move lower to fill in some of those gaps on the downside.
Mm. Mm. So yeah, we are over here at the moment at Spiral. We're a little bit bearish with Bitcoin. We're not bearish, for the whole crypto market. We're suggesting that we might see some sort of retracement. So we'll keep you guys posted on our YouTube channel, on our daily briefs, and on our Twitter at Spiral Strategies. Uh, Art, I believe you wanted to talk about DOT.
Yeah, I just wanted to briefly touch on the dot charts. Now with dot, um, layer one protocol, uh, basically parachains, cross chains, got a lot of potential actually. If you go to a weekly chart, um, we saw the base come in at 5.
Mm,
That's pretty much our base holding strong there, and we've got some nice confirmed MACD divs. And Dot's one of those names where it's kind of like Cardano.
mm,
Um, it's got that uh, bottom that's building out that hasn't quite broken out yet. So it's one of those names that you can kind of nibble on, and whilst you know you have all these other coins that are kind of topping out. So for those viewers that are kind of looking to get in, this is kind of a freebie. Definitely something that you can nibble on and not get hurt too much.
yeah, and to be fair, like if we look at the recent trend lower, which is this trend here, we can expect at least a 50% retracement back to the upside. So that's around a $13 retracement back to the upside. Um, Can we
You've got a
see
nice pocket 17 to 20 as well.
exactly right here? So so we can see a retracement, everyone. Dot is a well-established name. We do consider it as a blue chips, considering that it's survived 3, 4 cycles now. Um, so Dot is a good play. We will keep you posted regarding where an effective entry might be. But let's to the viewers now. If we just take a Fibonacci retracement from the recent trend, if you see here on the RSI, we are getting kind of into the overbought regions. If we do see bearish divergences come in, that like we are seeing here, potential divergences on the MACD, this suggests to us that we should be retracing, considering the market is going up whilst uh, the MACD is going down. This kind of gives us an assumption that we should see a retracement. If you wanted to accumulate dot on the retracement, we do suggest, of course, this is not financial advice. You'd have to do your own research, but stacking dot on the way down would be a good effective strategy. And for those people that believe in the dot story and want to pick up a what's considered a blue chip name, putting your bids in at 38.2, so around $8.70, and then at 50 cents, which would be a 50%, which is around $7.70, and then the last and probably unlikely level would be 61.8, which would be around 6.7. Entering at those particular levels would give you a good average entry of around $7, $7.50. And from there, you can expect at least a 100% gain, because like we said, between $10 and 17, we've got a very, very big area where there is no trading happened. Like we always say, the market likes to test levels where trading was not implemented. So because there is a lack of trading here, we can expect the market to go back up to these levels and then explore those price points. Is there anything else that you wanted to touch on there, Art, with Dot, or is there another name that you wanted to tell the good people about?
Not too much. I mean, I know you've kind of been experimenting with these meme coins on Solana. So did you want to quickly tell the viewers about this opportunity, or?
Yeah, I mean, for those people that are experienced, this is way more for people that are experienced in the investment side of things and understand how to trade. It's not for the people that don't know how to trade. The reason being is it's a very, very volatile. As you can see here, the market capitalization of most of these meme coins are below 100 grand. And what that means is it's any move is very quick, right, and very sudden. So you have to be really alert and constantly monitor the charts to know where you're entering and where you're exiting. So one of the names that I got in on around 5-6 hours ago was Moochie Cat. I know it's ridiculous, but I got in here at around 0.005 and I held it all the way to 0.002. So that's around a 1,100, 1,200% return. Now, of course, don't throw the whole bag at these names, because most likely you will lose your money in this particular sector. Meme coins are extremely volatile. Many of these meme coins get rugged, right? But the thing with this is it's an opportunity. You can make money from it, but you have to be extremely, extremely careful. Now, to be fair, this was one amongst 5 that I invested in. The other 4 all got rugged or just didn't perform. Now, can you make money from these altcoins? 100%, you definitely can. It's a little bit more work because you can't really buy at limit, right? You can't set levels and just forget about it. There are trading bots that will help you set limits. However, because these markets are not very liquid, some of your orders might not be placed and you might not realize that they're not placed. So if you wanted to find out more about meme coins, follow us on our Twitter page. We will be releasing some names that we're interested in. But it really, I have to advise, it really depends on your expertise and your level of experience. If you're new to this crypto game, do not, and I repeat, do not enter meme coins. We just don't want you to lose your money. What we would prefer you doing is getting in on these names like DOT, like ORN, things that are actually building, that they're trying to revolutionize a particular sector, right? And if you wanted to get on these names, we have a free newsletter that tells you about what we're looking at, where we're looking at purchasing, and our buy and sell indicators, where we're exiting. All of that information is free and available for you at our newsletter. You can find it on our Twitter page. It's the first link in our bio. So I think that should be it for us here today. Is there anything else that you think we should add up?
Just stay tuned to those newsletters because, like Talal said, we are going to be constantly updating those buy and entry kind of levels. We'll always keep those levels updated as the market changes. But yeah, it's one of those things you definitely want to stay tuned into because we'll be releasing those updates and in-depth analysis on definitely on exit levels and different strategies that you can implement to make the most out of essentially participating in this market.
Hmm. Hmm. And just for those, because I do think a lot of people might not believe that we made 1,000%. Just to show you all, this is the Muchich Sol. We did make it around 985%, and that was the second entry. So to everyone, I hope you've all got some value out of this. Like we said, do pay attention to our newsletter and our Twitter. You'll get a lot of free value there. This isn't an opportunity that you can't afford to miss. And with that, we're going to leave you there. Have a good one, guys. Peace.
Peace.